to the Revolutionary CEO podcast. I'm your host, Latesha Lynch, wine lover, brand snob, proud boy mom, and Atlanta-based entrepreneur. When I was laid off from my dream marketing job at 8 weeks pregnant, I knew I couldn't rely on corporations to provide me with a stable income. I launched my own business and hit 6 figures in my first full year. I want to help other female service-based entrepreneurs and coaches build and leverage their brand authority so they can confidently sell their services and programs at a premium price point to create a lasting legacy and generate independent wealth. Tune in every Wednesday for solo episodes and conversations with amazing self-made, multi-6 and 7-figure women all about marketing, sales, mindset, self-care, entrepreneurship, and motherhood to inspire you and give you actionable steps to successfully market and sell your high-ticket services and programs while having a life. Let's get into it. So I wanted to talk about how it's important to figure out the best way to position your brand for profitability. Back when I was selling my things at lower prices, like under $500, like I was doing, $150 logos and $400 websites, I didn't realize that all of my messaging was really around, I was basically positioning myself as this low ticket person, as someone that you can get a great deal and save money with if you worked with me. And I didn't want that to be the legacy that I was leaving behind, like the impression that I was leaving behind. I didn't want to just be affordable. I wanted to be someone that was known for quality and making an impact, but I didn't realize early on in my business that I hadn't positioned myself quite that way. Let me explain. So one of the biggest things that I had to think about and decision that I needed to make in my business was whether or not I wanted to have a low ticket business model or a high ticket business model. And like the difference between the two is that it's okay to have a low ticket business model if you have the volume of followers and engagement and people who believe in you already. If you have high numbers, then it's very easy for you to then sell enough of your stuff at a low price point and still make high income. But if you didn't want to have to be popular or you didn't want to have to worry about follower count or engagement, if that wasn't your main goal, then you would have to have a high ticket business model in order for you to be profitable in your business. Stay with me. I'm sure you're with me like, oh yeah, that actually makes sense. So think about it this way. If I have 100,000 followers and each one of them bought a $5 ebook from me, look at how much money I could make, right? Now think about that same thing if I only have 500 followers. If I only have 500 followers, I'm still selling that $5 ebook. That's a problem. Even if all of them bought from me, I still wouldn't have enough money at the end of the year. I would make $25,000, right? That's not enough for the annual salary that I want to have in my business. So I already know that realistically, I have to choose the right business model. And if you do choose the high ticket business model, then you have to position your brand, meaning the story that you're telling behind your business, the story that you're telling behind what it is that you do. You have to position it in such a way that your ideal clients will still come to you and be willing to invest in you. I was thinking about all of the different ways that you can actually position your business. There are different ways that you can highlight what it is that you do. And based on the path that you choose to highlight, this will determine who will come to you and why they actually come to you. And when I say positioning, these are intentional branding strategies that you're going to use to set your business and your brand apart from your competitors. And for brand positioning to be effective, your brand actually needs to be perceived as favorable, different, and credible to consumers, right? So I really want to make sure that when you're thinking about how you want to position yourself, what is going to make your offer stand out the most? And I looked at all of the different ways that you can actually position your brand. And I chose the 3 that made the most sense based on what it is that my ideal, like who you guys are, my ideal clients, my followers, who you all are. I feel like you typically are going to fall into the categories of like service providers or coaches because that's typically who I'm directing everything to. And so that's who typically follows me, right? So if you're in the category of a service provider or coach, there are going to be 3 ways that you can actually position your business and your brand so that you can stand out with your offer. And the 3 ways is convenience-based positioning, quality-based positioning, and differentiation positioning. And you're probably like, what are those 3 things? I actually created a masterclass that's going to be live on Thursday, August the 5th. The masterclass, which is called Positioned for Profitability, will be going live on Thursday, August the 5th, because I want to help you to learn how to position your offers, how to position it for profitability. I actually have a 3-step powerful positioning strategy that I've developed that will actually help you to distinguish yourself as an industry expert that everyone's going to want to work with. I want you to finally actually attract followers who will turn into buyers no matter your price point. Whether you decide to just sell high ticket or you decide to sell premium, it shouldn't matter, because if you're calling in the right people and if your content is doing its job, it doesn't matter what the price point is. They're going to want to invest because they want the thing. They want to work with you specifically. I don't want you feeling like you're wasting your time on social media just to get a few likes or to get some of those cheerleader comments, because that's not our goal.
This episode of the Revolutionary CEO podcast is brought to you by my group coaching program, Revolutionary Brand. It's a transformational coaching program for service-based entrepreneurs and coaches who are ready to build and leverage brand visibility using video content to attract and enroll premium clients and sell your high-ticket programs and services for $1,500 or more in the next 90 days without complicated marketing funnels or being great at sales. I created this program specifically because I know that you've probably been offering discounts to try to entice more clients to close. You're creating freebies and posting content so frequently. Even though you don't have the time, you've been rebranding to try to make your business look better. You've been customizing your offers and lowering your prices, and you're over all of that. This program was crafted to help you to repackage and relaunch your offers to only focus on one ideal client profile and one problem you can solve so you can confidently articulate your value and close sales needed to hit your monthly income goals. It's going to help you map out and plan all of your strategic video content you'll need to lead your ideal clients from Googling their pain points to paying full price for your service. And you'll learn how to implement processes to strategically automate parts of your business and prepare it for scale and prerequisites to qualify leads that get you 90% of the way to the sale before your sales conversation even has to happen. So make sure you go to revolutionarybrand.co to submit your application and book your compatibility call.
I want you to have a strategy that will guide you and really give you the edge over your competitors that you need. And I want your offers to actually stand out as like the only choice, not one of many options, but the only choice that makes sense for people. A lot of times people don't really care about the bells and whistles of your high ticket offers or your premium price offers. They really care about whether or not that particular solution is the best version of what they should go with. Because there are going to be many solutions that can actually solve the problems that they have. We all know that there are many solutions to solve our problems, but there are going to be some solutions that are worth our while, worth more than the others. And we want your particular solution to be the thing that is worth that person's while. So right now, I want to paint a picture of where you might be. And if you're in this position, then Positions for Profitability is a great masterclass for you to attend. So first of all, if you're someone who definitely knows their stuff, I need my people coming to this masterclass to actually be experts, meaning you probably worked in corporate or you went to school for this thing. But the problem is, even though you have this corporate experience and your resume is popping, or you went to school for this and your degree is hanging on your wall right now, even though all that looks good, you're still having a hard time consistently attracting quality leads. And it sucks because you're thinking, like, I see all these people out here that really don't know as much as I know about this particular subject matter. This person's saying the wrong things, and yet they're constantly selling out their offers. If you're in the position where you're seeing that and it's frustrating to you, I get it. And then if leads are coming in, they can't afford to work with you, or they don't feel like this is an investment that they want to make, like right now. So if I'm painting this picture and it sounds like you, then make sure you register for the masterclass. If your social media engagement is too low to justify the amount of time you're spending on social media creating that content, you should join this masterclass. If you stay booking free consultations, but your paid calendar is a little too empty, you should join this masterclass. If you know you offer the best services and hella value, but your bank account doesn't reflect that effort, join the masterclass, right? If you are tired of people ghosting you after you tell them the price of your offer, join the masterclass, because the reason that is happening is because you are not attracting serious buyers. You're attracting window shoppers. And that's okay up to a certain extent, because you want the window shoppers. The window shoppers are the ones that fill your pipeline with interest. They engage. They're watching your videos. They're sharing your content. But your entire social media presence can't exist with just window shoppers. You're going to have to do something and say something that turns a percentage of those people from just wanting to window shop to actually wanting to take action with you. So during this masterclass, and like I said, it's called Position to Profitability, I'm going to teach you how to create the right content that actually positions you, because you're part of the brand, right? It's going to position you and your offer as the best choice to solve the problem and not just another option. And what I'm going to be going through is like 3 main things I want to kind of walk you through during this masterclass. First of all, I want to make sure that you decide on a bankable business model, the one that's going to bring you the most fulfillment and the most bank so that you can offer for your offer so that you can have both profitability and stability. The second main thing that I'm going to be teaching during this masterclass is making sure that you're in a prime position. I want you to understand my 3-step powerful positioning strategy. That's really the secret ingredient that is going to give your offer an edge over your industry competitors. But lastly, I'm going to teach you what potent content really means. Because once you figure out how you want to be positioned, you need to create content that's actually going to magnetize and bring people to a buying decision, and understand that you are the expert that they need to go with and that your offer is the best thing for them to choose. And all of that's going to be covered in this session. This masterclass will be 90 minutes. It's going to be on August the 5th. If you cannot attend live, it's okay. Just register so that you can get the replay. It's going to be August the 5th at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'm really excited. I haven't brought a new masterclass in a while. And the reason that I started wanting to do this one is because I listened to a lot of people struggle to get through their content strategy. And they're not sure which story to tell and how to tell the story and how to convey their value. And I think a lot about the reason that it's really hard to figure out how to convey the value is because you haven't really figured out what your ideal client is going to value the most. And then you're not picking a storyline that they can relate to that's going to help them see that that is the story that I want to be my truth, right? You're not saying the things that are going to help them to follow that storyline and say, that's what I want for myself. Because essentially your content strategy has to tell them a story that they relate to and that they care about. And when they hear their story, that story, they have to see themselves in it and feel like that's a possibility for me. Like, this is possible. If I work with this person, this can happen for me. This is what I want my life to be. If you can position your stuff to relate your offer, your program, to actually help them to see a brighter future through your methodology, through your process, you will get them every time. You will get them no matter what that price point is. And this is what I want to teach you. So you can visit positionedforprofitability.com to register and save your seat. And I look forward to having you in there. If you love this episode as much as I have, then subscribe to the Revolutionary CEO podcast on iTunes and leave me a review to let me know what you enjoyed the most. For premium pricing and branding tips and training, connect with me on Instagram. I'm at Atelier Latesha. That's ATELIERLATESHA. And be sure to follow the podcast Instagram account at Revolutionary CEO to show my guests and me some love. Talk to you next week.